to the Theco-present Spotlight on series. Today we are shining a light on the music happenings of Kilkenny City, coming at you live from IMRO, Irish Music Venue of the Year, the R.S.A.G Theater. Coming up, we are going to have music from local acts, Feibhár and of course Harbouring Oceans. We will also be talking to Jeremy Hickey, otherwise known as R.S.A.G, and of course we will be talking to Eddie Langton about this stunning venue. So stick with us.
We're Harbouring Oceans, we're on the Theco-present live from the R.S.A.G Theater, and this song's called Enso.
Letting myself go, letting you through. This is all me, this is not me. When I still the burden of you, your unspeaking feel, the fire burns you out. Slicing in my feet. There is so much. This is too much. With no way to see the patterns underneath. You're unspeaking of feel. The fire burns you out.
Okay, so now we're joined on stage here in the R.S.A.G Theater, Kilkenny, with local band Harbouring Oceans. Very welcome today, lads.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. So, I believe you're all from kind of varied musical backgrounds, and I just wanted to ask you a little bit about coming together as Harbouring Oceans initially. Like, can you just explain to me?
Yeah, it was a process where everyone sort of came to the band gradually. To cut quite a long story short, it started off with Thomas and Ken, followed shortly by Dan, and then by myself, and most recently by our drummer. So it was just a case of everyone who came into the band sort of their input slightly changing the sound one at a time. So it was quite a gradual changing process that led us to where we are now.
And so you've just put out your new single, Enzo, on videos up on YouTube and stuff like that. There's quite a soulful element to the track. I guess it's just, I'm just wondering, is that kind of showcasing the route that your music is going in, and how did you come together to make that kind of sound?
I think like one of the reasons we put out that track was because we felt that, you know, it's a track that had quite a lot of like instant sort of punch, something that would draw people in. But you know, our sound as it is now is still very new, and it's still developing. So yeah, it's very much indicative of where we are now, which, because it's the beginning, you know, it's just could go anywhere.
Way before you told me you believed it, see the faults in our design. I never let you in. I was far too close to breaking. Should have told you at the time.
And as a relatively new band, you're going to release your debut single properly in the Button Factory in Dublin, which I think is quite impressive. What was it that attracted you to put this gig on in that particular venue?
I don't know. I mean, I've played it a few times myself. Jeff, you've played it too, and it's just a venue that I always enjoy playing. You know, it's just got a great atmosphere. It's great on stage. Always has a good sound. They've got a great team there.
Do you guys have you got a management team, or are you kind of self-promoting yourselves? Or?
Yeah, we are the management team.
Yeah, right. Okay, we are too, so that's good. Yeah. So, how do you find all that doing the DIY thing? I mean, do you think sometimes life might be a bit easier if you? Well, obviously it's a costly venture, but I mean, if you did have other people helping you, do you find it might? Are you happy doing it yourselves? Like,
it would make life easier, a lot. It's hard going. You know, there's so much involved, and especially because we're kind of finding things out as we go. You know, we have no answers and no grand plan. We're kind of taking it stage by stage. So it is a lot to take on, but at the same time, I mean, personally, I like having, you know, us to have control, you know, and a hand in everything, especially at the early stages.
okay, great. Well, thank you all again for coming in today and for performing for us. Ladies and gentlemen, Harbouring Oceans.
Thanks, Dwayne.
So I am now joined on stage here in Set Theatre in Kilkenny with a man that we all know as R.S.A.G, but would be locally known as Jeremy Hickey.
Hey, how are you?
Jeremy, good man. Thanks for coming in to see us again. How have you kind of seen the landscape musically in Kilkenny kind of change over the years, and where do you think it's kind of at the moment?
To be honest, it was nearly always the same as it is, but obviously the actual music industry was different, so it always changed with that. Like when I was younger, I was always trying to break into something. I was always trying to, you know, hang out with the other guys or play with, like for example, the guys in the Pump House. I used to go down and kind of just kind of hound them to actually get up and play with them when I was about 16, 17 or whatever. And eventually they gave in, and now 20 years later I'm still there. The scene at that time, you had people like Curb Dog, you had Engine Alley, you had My Little Funhouse, who had that big deal, and you had bands like Garland's Son, probably bands that one or two you actually might have heard of. We always had really good music when I was younger anyway, and it was always a case of okay, how can I kind of step it up and get to the level that they're at and so on. Music scene for me now is different because I'm not out all the time. I'm not going to gigs as much, if you know what I mean. When I was younger, it was a different thing. So, but I still think it's it's really, really good here.
Project you were involved in last year, the Young Music Matters project. Can you tell me a bit about that and what was your role that you played in that project?
Yeah, that was Young Music Makers project. It was up in this place called the Austria Youth, and it's basically a youth program, and it's actually great up there now. I hadn't seen it or hadn't kind of heard about it for years. I went up and they actually have a cafe there, and they have every week there's something going on. So they asked me to come in and do basic program in production and performance.
Okay.
So I went up and just basically set up what I have in my room, and with about maybe 15 kids, we just went through what I do on an everyday basis, how we record, and we talked about music, and I showed them the programs I use, and we ended up recording 3 songs, and that was over the summer, last summer. And it was great.
The new single, Leave a Light On, is coming out next Friday. So I just wanted to ask, is that going to be a stepping stone towards an album? Or
Yeah.
Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh, it is, yeah. I suppose, yeah, I've been kind of, I've been very productive over the last while. I haven't released that much. I think basically this single is probably going to be it's going to be the catalyst to finish off the album. There's about maybe 15, 16 songs there that I want to finish and kind of then pick whatever 8 or 9 or 10 or so on. So I think I needed to go right. Okay, I'm going to bring out a single now. Kind of have me focus on finishing the album. I wanted to have a certain sound. I wanted to gear it. I wanted to point it there. Whereas I think the last kind of few things I've been doing, for releases, I've been kind of, there's been a bit of direction there, but not a full. There's no real focus. There wasn't as much focus as I'm trying to get on this. Well, what I feel I've done on the single and then on the actual album as well. So yeah.
Listen, Jeremy and R.S.A.G, ladies and gentlemen, thanks a million for coming in today.
I'm Feibhár, live on the Co-present at the R.S.A.G Theater in Kilkenny, and this song is called 6 a.m. Sky. I've sat and I've waited for the pain to fade. As I was sitting, I realized it wasn't going away. Had to stand and look it in the eye, whisper last words and say goodbye. I know now that I am stronger. The days aren't as long. My bed isn't missing you like I do. And I've run out of words to say. You wouldn't listen anyway, and the doors are closed. Oh, it's time to let go. I sat and I waited. I waited for you. Could have kept sitting forever. I didn't know what else to do. My mind is as blank as a 6 a.m. sky. I cried and I tried and I tried. I thought you were the enemy, but all along it was me. And I've run out of words to say. You wouldn't listen anyway, and the doors are closed. Oh, it's time to let go. You sat and you waited for me. All you wanted was this. You had nowhere else to be. We fought and we shouted. We would always give out, but going back we have none of words to say. You wouldn't listen anyway, and the doors are closed. Oh, 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 oh. It's time to let go. Oh, 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 oh. And I've run out of words to say, 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 and I've run out of words to say.
Okay, so I am joined now on stage in Set Theatre Kilkenny by local singer-songwriter Feibhár.
Hello.
We owe you a big thank you for coming in. Just a bit of kind of history and background. You would have started off kind of making music by kind of busking and then kind of releasing videos and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Did you find it like strange busking in Kilkenny? Like, is there a good? Do people's reactions to that kind of come across? Are people pretty supportive of it? I guess.
No, in Kilkenny, it's such a huge arty city. It's so creative that everybody, like at the moment, there's probably 15 buskers every single day fighting for places. But when I was doing it, there wasn't so many, and we all knew each other, so it was really nice, and everybody took it really well and really
I
enjoyed
suppose
it.
the other question then is, do you make a lot of money from busking? Really,
I actually did make quite a lot of money, and I had a job as well. So,
yeah.
but I'm not doing it so much anymore with college and everything.
Yeah, so that just takes me to my next question. So you're in BIM now in Dublin. What was it that made you kind of gravitate towards studying in BIM?
Well, I mean, in 5th year and 6th year when I was in secondary school, I've been out of school for 3 years now, I just really got into the busking and I started writing music and everything, and my mom was like, Feibhár, come in, there's something on the news, and it was BIM had just opened, and I just fell in love with the place. I went up for the open day the next year, the year I was supposed to be going, and I just knew it was where I needed to be to do what I wanted to do.
I was stuck on the sinking ship as it fell apart. I was at a loss at what to do. I looked up at the stars.
And so, yeah, you also you do have a band that you're working with at the moment, which I believe you met obviously through the college and stuff like that. So I heard recently that you were playing Shinee at the competition with the Crystal Skull sessions, and obviously you blew the roof off the place and won. So
yeah, we did.
How was that experience for you?
That was absolutely fantastic. I saw something on Facebook and I was like, I'll enter us, like maybe nothing will happen, it'll be fine. And then we went and we got through the first heat, and then we went to the final, and the talent was just phenomenal. I was like, we're not going to win, and it was like a vote thing, so everybody had to vote. And so I was like, everybody, because you got a vote card with every drink, so I was just making everybody get really drunk. But it turned out we were last, so my entire band was just really, really drunk on stage. So we just had a really good time, and everybody just really responded to that. So
and like, obviously we're going to see some music from you that you just performing solo with just an acoustic guitar, but is with the band and stuff, is that how you're going to move forward gig wise, do you think?
A bit of both, I think, because the band gives me so much more space to experiment, loads of other instruments, arrangements and everything, but I still like it's always been me and my guitar, so I'm not going to lose that.
To reach the stars, I'll keep them in my sights as this ship falls apart.
Officially, are you going to release, are you working on anything at the moment? Like
Yeah,
body
we're
work?
working on some demos at the moment, but we're hoping to release an EP towards like the beginning of next year, so January or May, hopefully, or January or February even.
Okay, and then I guess I'm going to ask you one last question, a Kilkenny kind of orientated question. Obviously, you've probably gigged quite some of the many venues here. Do you have a favourite venue in town?
Billy Burns, definitely.
Billy Burns.
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
The first time I played there, it was covered in fairy lights, and I'm a sucker for fairy lights.
So that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Atmospheric then.
Yeah.
Okay, well listen, Feibhár, again, thank you so much for coming in last minute today. Feibhár, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
All the lifeboat sailed away. I will see my shipmates once more. The stars will lead the way.
Okay, so I'm joined now on stage by Eddie Langton, the proprietor of this lovely venue here, the Set Theatre in Kilkenny. I just want to ask you first of all about the Set Theatre and over the years, like how has it evolved in your eyes as a music venue?
Well, the Set Theatre, I suppose it would open to 2009. It began its journey though a number of years before that, obviously. we had managed to purchase the property we're on now, beside us here on Langton's, probably mid-2000, 2005. It's an old R.S.A.G barracks to the front, which we've put in some bedrooms, hotel bedrooms. And to the back, this is a greenfield site. These are old outhouses and old sheds attached to the old R.S.A.G barracks. So we had the space and we had the opportunity to do something with the space. And from there came the Set Theatre. I suppose we decided, maybe 2006, that it would work for us as a theatre venue, and began the planning stages then. We use the word theatre because we believe it has that feel to it.
It does, of course, it's lovely. Yeah.
But it's a multi-purpose venue. That's the key to it. If it was theatre only, no, it wouldn't have survived. It was music and concerts only, again, it wouldn't survive. It's a multi-purpose venue, and it needs to be that in a town like Kilkenny.
As a multi-purpose venue, there seems to be great reception here for alternative Irish music. Why do you think that is?
I think it's on a crest of a wave at the moment. Certainly we had walking on cars recently down in our ballroom. This venue was too small for them. There was 800 plus at it. Okay. The Hermitage Green here tonight with us, it's going to be sold out as well. So there's a huge buzz about alternative Irish music. I think there's a massive crowd out there with all age profiles, certainly. Why there is, I can't answer that, I'm afraid to say myself, but it's definitely there's a lot of momentum behind it at the moment, certainly.
Obviously, big year this year. Will you winning the IMRO Live Music Venue of the Year Award 2015. Personally, has there been any highlights in the past 12 months that might have led up to, in your opinion, to winning that award?
Personally, we've done a lot of work, I suppose, our own booking, and also we've been lucky enough then with the local festivals, whether it be the Roots Festival here in Kilkenny, which will be back with us next weekend. Every year is a highlight with us with the Roots Festival. The Arts Festival also take over the venue for 10 days. So we've been lucky enough, not only our own booking, which has been very strong, but also then with the local festivals. Kilkenny's a great city to be in. It's a great city to have a venue to do any business in.
All the acts have had amazing things to say about Kilkenny. It makes me want to come back. So.
But there's a great buzz around town. You can take a stroll from here over the town. It's quite compact. It's easy to get around. There's some lovely bars. There's great people. There's a great sense of culture and art in Kilkenny, and I suppose that drives it on as well. Our population then and our local fan base, been great support from them over the years as well. So yeah, it's just we've been, I suppose, part of his luck as well.
So listen, on behalf of all of our crew and everybody here today, thank you so much for having us. Lovely venue and wonderful experience. So.
Thank you, Dwayne.
It's the end of our day here in Kilkenny, where we've been shining a light on the musical happenings of this lovely city. I want to say a very special thank you to Eddie Langton for letting us use this venue, the Set Theatre, also to Harbouring Oceans and to Feibhár for coming in, and of course to Jeremy Hickey from R.S.A.G. You can check out our Facebook page on www.facebook.com/Theco-present for more upcoming dates on this tour. Thanks.